Workshop. We'll whittle you what you want. Well, wanderers, guess what? We're messing around with these wires, and oh my gosh, there's a lot of wires in here. Let me just show you what I'm dealing with. This is the original bus wire harness, and there's just wires everywhere. These wire bundles, wires there, wires on the floor, wires up here on the wall, wires in the back. These wires I put in, so I know what these wires do. But these wires right here, I have no idea where they go or what they do. Look at this mess right here. Oh my gosh, look at this, a big old wiry mess. So the key to this thing is I got to figure out where all this stuff goes. Now, when I took it apart, I labeled it all so I could connect it back together, and I feel like, you know, I've got this one connected right here. This is the right dog butt. That's my secret high-tech electrician code for that wire right there. And once I plug it in, it seems to work all right. I got things kind of jammed up in there for grounds. God, I just have these lights right here are two of the three are working, but when I turn the bus off, those lights just stay on forever and ever, and I can't seem to find the switch. But the good news is the bus runs, and it actually most of the crucial lights work. So they're up here on my bus, or our bus I should say. There's a lamp check. So if I turn that on, it starts doing all the disco lights. Look at that, it's doing all that stuff. So that means I can go outside and check to see if my lights work. So when we come out here, look at that. High beams, low beams, right turn signal, left turn signal. There's lights up there that are on. There's some lights over here that are on. This light right here, of course, is not working. That light up there, no go. When we come to the back of the bus, we've got, oh yeah, look at that. Boom, lights, blink, 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 blink. That light comes on. These lights all work. Those are those three lights I was talking about earlier. Two of them are on. One of them I think is just burned out. And I've got these red lights up here that are working. This light here doesn't work. This one right here, and this light right here is not working. So, my plan on this light works. Ooh, yeah. This light up here will work if I turn it on. Where is it? Dome light driver. Bam, oh yeah. Look at that. So, anyway, I'm kind of in the process now of trying to eliminate all this crap that I don't need and just keep the crucial wires. So this is a little bit out of Whittle Walsh's wheelhouse, but hey, you know what? We're smart guys, we can figure it out. So stay tuned. Welcome, wanderers, to Whittle Walsh's workshop. We're here on Whittle Walsh's workshop. We'll whittle you what you want. Well, wanderers, I'm not gonna lie to you. This wiring harness is just a little intimidating, but I think I'm working it through. So my process on all this is I come out here early in the morning and I connect all of my connectors, okay? And then it lights up part of the bus's lights that are powered 100%. And I'm not quite sure where that power switch is coming from. But what I'll do is I find
I'll find one that is, this one right here was actually terminated. So I have one right here that went to absolutely nothing. Okay, so it comes up and it goes to nothing. So I just assume that this one I can probably cut. So I'll cut that, and I find it on the other, there's pins in here, okay? So you have, all of these are coming in and connecting to one another on either end. That's kind of how they were, this kind of little splice area. So I'll cut this, and then I'll find it on the other side, which is sometimes difficult, but if you count the holes, you can usually figure it out. I leave enough on the end of this just in case I made a mistake. That way I can splice back into this and hook it all back up if all of a sudden some lights don't work or the bus doesn't start. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that if you cut some safety stuff, sometimes your bus won't start. So then I'll cut that. And so here's the one that I'm working on right now. Okay, that was this one right here. Okay, snip. And then I've got everything hung up down through the bus like that. And I'll take this wire that I'm working on and I'll pull it through this mess here. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's dark early. And so I'll start working this back through like so. Okay. And I've got all of the chafe protection, the split loom that they use to wrap all this stuff up with off so that I can see all of the wires that I'm dealing with. So I'll pull all this through this mess. Once it's loose, you kind of can see what's going on. Oh my gosh, we're in the dark now. Pull it all the way back till I get to the front of the bus. I won't bore you with all of this, but then I find it goes up here and I'll terminate it up there. And I'm just doing that one by one, and I check to see if the lights still work, and if they do, I just keep going. So wanderers, I have this wire here. The bus is completely off, in park, key out of the ignition. But the problem I'm having is this wire goes to these running lights that sit outside up high, okay? And when I plug it in, now this is another way you can test some stuff if you don't have a multimeter or whatever, but I do have a multimeter, I just haven't put it out. So I grab a light and oh my gosh, I can't hold it. So anyway, let's see if I can hold this. So I grab a light, I jam the positive end in there, and then I touch the negative to ground the bus, and I can tell that this thing's getting power. See? So what I'm going to try to do is figure out where this goes and put it on a switch so that all these upper lights will just be switched and I won't have to worry about them constantly draining my battery all the time. Look at that mess. So everywhere you see a blue piece of tape, I have cut and eliminated a bunch of the wires. So what I'm trying to do now is get rid of all of these connectors and just simplify a lot of this mess right here so that I can tuck it all up into the walls. So what I've done is I've isolated everything that I feel like is important. Now, these are the rear lights, flashers. These are important. So I saved all of these. And again, over here, this is the other side, important. I have some lights up here that I've kind of saved. These are the running lights. And I've got it all condensed down into one single wire bundle that's going to run down through here. I've also have a huge pile of wires that I have taken out right there, that huge mess. And there's some more of it right there. But that's all stuff that I feel like we don't really need, hopefully. So right now, I've been clipping the crucial wires that we need, and I heat shrink them together. So these are the ones that I'm saving. I put a little jumper on there to make sure I have plenty of wire so that I can tuck it all back behind. Here's some more of the jumper. So this one will go down to the tail lights. So that's where we are. It's very tedious, but I feel like we're making some progress. So stay tuned. Well, wanderers, there it is. It's all cleaned up and in the wall. I've got all the split loom put back on it. I've got it all condensed down into a one nice little tight coil. I've got it all set up. Back up in here, it goes back down there, and all the lights seem to work. So there, it was just that easy. Not really. So anyway, that's all cleaned up, and guess who else is all cleaned up? Whittle Walsh. Whittle Walsh shaved off the beard. So what do you think, wanderers? We're going on to the next stage. We're going to start insulating, and then the solar on the roof, and then sheeting. So stay tuned.